All right, guys, this is station 4. So in station 4, we're going to be multiplying by 10 times 10 and then dividing by 10. So our learning target says, I can use place value to interpret a multiplication equation as a comparison. So what that means is we're going to be using a lot of times as many as. And so what that means is whenever it says times as many as, we're going to compare the number and multiply it as another number. Or we're going to look at division. So let's look at the first one. During this station, I really want you to remember that these names are also called units, and we don't always need those. So here, I see 10 times 2. Which I know 10 times 2 is 20. So technically, I have 20 thousands, which is equal to 20,000. Okay, but I'm going to show that in my place value chart to see what exactly happened. So I started off with 2 thousands. So in my thousands place, I'm going to put 2. 1, 2. Started off with 2. Well, now I have to multiply these two by how much? 10. 1, or that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, remember, in our regrouping station, we can't have these 10 1,000s here. So we have to circle them, group them, and regroup them. So we're moving them to the 10,000s place. So this now becomes 1 10,000, and this technically goes away. And then this one also gets regrouped and comes over as another 10,000. And this technically goes away. So then you're left with 2 10,000s. Well, I know that 2 tens is 20, which is 20,000. So that is how we got the answer of 20,000. Now let's look at C, or that really should be B, but you know, whatevs. 4 thousands divided by 10. So if I take out this thousands, oops, y'all can't see that. If I take out this thousands and I say 4 divided by 10, well, that doesn't make sense. We don't have enough. You can't divide 4 into 10 different groups. There's just not enough. So we're going to have to decompose. So we're going to start off with 4 thousands. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to decompose. So each one of these, we're going to break it down smaller. That's what decompose means. So how many hundredths gives me 1,000? Well, I know that 10 hundredths give me 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'm going to circle this one and regroup it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Circle this one and regroup it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And regroup our last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so now that we've decomposed, how many hundreds do we actually have over here? 10, 20, 30, 40. We actually have 40 hundredths. Well, if I take out this unit, now I have 40 divided by 10. Can I divide 40 by 10? Well, yeah. 10 will go into 40. How many times? 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of hundreds. So 40 hundredths divided by 10 is equal to 4 hundredths. I want y'all to notice something when we multiplied and when we divide. When we multiplied, we went from thousands to 10,000s. So we went up. We moved up a place value. So next to my to my multiplication, I'm gonna put up because we moved up. In division, you'll notice we started off in our thousands, but then we moved down to our hundreds. We moved down by 1 place value. So I'm gonna put down by 1 place value. This is gonna help because we're gonna get to problems like this where we won't have our picture anymore, but we're gonna have to use what we know. Multiplication, we're gonna go up in our place value. Division, we're gonna go down in our place value. So let's look at this box. It says 7 hundredths times 10. So I'm gonna look, it says unit form. Well, my unit is hundredths. So over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and write hundredths because that's my unit form. Well, what is 7 times 10? 70. I have 70 hundredths. Well, can you have that many hundredths? No. So you would have to regroup. This 7 or 70 hundredths is also equal to 7,000. Because remember, when you multiply, you move up a place value. So this could also be 7,000. All right. Whoops. Let's look at this division one now. We have 3 divided by 10. Well, can we divide 3 into 10 different groups? No. So think about this. We're in the thousands place. And when we divide, we go down. So what's 1 less than thousands? Here's our thousands. What's 1 less? Hundredths. So I know that I'm going to be in my hundreds again. And how many hundreds? 30. 30 hundredths. And 30 hundredths is 3,000. Also a trick that I'll teach you is we have 3,000s divided by 10. When you divide by 10, guys, all you do is take this 0 off and this 0 off, and what you have left is your answer, which is 300, not 3,000. All right. Let's look at the next one. We're multiplying, so we're going to go up. We have hundreds, but 2 times 10 is 20. So we have 20 hundredths. Well, how much is 20 hundredths? 2,000. Now we have 4 10,000s divided by 10. So over here on the side, I'm going to write 40,000 because 4 10,000s is equal to 40,000 divided by 10. I'm going to use my zeros trick. Take the 0 off, take the 0 off. Now you're left with 4 and 1, 2, 3 zeros. So 40,000 divided by 10 is 4,000s. So you have 4,000s, which makes sense because we moved down in place value. We went from 10,000s to thousands, so that makes sense. All right, let's look at the first question. What number is 10 times the value of 800? So 10 times the value of 800. So anytime it says times, we know that we're going to write that multiplication symbol. So if I think about this, I'm going up. I'm in the hundreds right now, 800. So if I'm in the hundreds, I need to move up to the thousands. So 10 times more would be 8,000. Let's look at this one. 10 times as many as, remember times as many as means multiply, 200 is how many thousands? So remember, when we multiply, we're going up. So we're in the hundreds, we need to go in the thousands, and so that would be equal to 2,000. So we're just going up by place value, not necessarily by number. 10 times as many as 5 tens. So I have 10 times as many as means multiply. 5 tens. Well, how much is 5 tens? 50. Well, if I'm in the tens, that means I need to be in the hundreds. So 10 times 50 is 500. I just move up one place value. All right, what number is 10 times the value of 7,000? So here I have 10 times the value, multiply, of 7,000. So if I'm in the thousands, I need to go to the 10,000s. So that would mean that I would need 70,000, because 70,000 is in the 10,000s. All right. What number is 10 times the value of the digit 6 in the number 586,234? So here I have the digit 6. I want to know what number is 10 times the value of the digit 6. So the 6 right now is 6,000. But when we multiply by 10, we're going to move it up a space. This is in the 10,000s. So 10 times this 6 would be 60,000. Because this is in the thousands, and when we multiply, we move up, so it moved to the 10,000s. All right, David saved $6 to buy a stereo. The stereo cost 6 times as much as he saved. How much does the stereo cost? So David has $6, and the stereo costs 10 times. So times 10. Well, that one's easy. 6 times 10 is 60. So how much money does the stereo cost? The stereo cost $60. All right, guys. This part is probably going to be your hardest part. Remember that we will have time to work on this more. If you still do not get it, please come see me at the table, but go ahead and get started on your independent work. Remember to stop at the stop sign and put your green dot up.